Andrey Santos set for Old Trafford move as Man United agree £50 million deal with Chelsea. Welcome to Chelsea FC Daily. Hello, Chelsea family. Welcome back to Chelsea FC Daily, the channel you can always trust for the latest and most accurate Chelsea news. If you want facts, not rumors, you are in the right place. We read the reports, we check the details, and we bring them to you in simple words that everyone can understand. So sit back, relax, and let us walk you through some big transfer news that has just landed at Stamford Bridge. Have you heard the news yet? A Chelsea midfielder is on his way out of the club, and he is heading straight to one of our biggest rivals. Yes, you read that right. Manchester United. In this post, we will explain exactly what has happened, why the player wants to leave, what Chelsea gets in return, and what this means for Xabi Alonso as he builds his new squad. Let us get into it. The big transfer news: Manchester United and Chelsea have reached a full agreement over the transfer of Andrey Santos. The deal is worth up to £50 million. That is a huge fee for a young midfielder, and it shows just how highly rated Santos has become since joining Chelsea back in 2023. The Brazilian has already been given the green light to travel to Manchester. He will undergo a medical there and then finalize all the details of his move to Old Trafford. Once that medical is done and the paperwork is signed, Santos will officially become a Manchester United player. How much is Chelsea actually getting? Let us break down the numbers, because they are quite interesting. United will pay an initial fee of £48 million up front. On top of that, there is a further £2 million that could follow later through add-ons. Add those two numbers together, and you get the full £50 million deal. This is a big investment from Manchester United. It shows they see real quality in the 22-year-old and believe he can become an important part of their midfield going forward. United are also getting ready for a return to the Champions League next season, so bringing in fresh talent like Santos fits into their bigger plans. But here is something Chelsea fans will be happy to hear. The Blues have not let Santos go for nothing extra in the future. Chelsea have inserted a 10% sell-on clause into his contract. This means if Manchester United ever sells Santos onto another club for a big fee later, Chelsea will still get a slice of that money. Smart business, right? Why does Santos want to leave? This is probably the biggest question on every fan's mind. Why would a talented young midfielder want to leave Chelsea just as a new manager arrives? The answer comes down to one simple thing: playing time. Santos has been in and out of the first team since he joined the club. He has never really nailed down a regular starting spot. With Xabi Alonso now preparing to take charge, it seems Santos looked at the squad and did not like what he saw for his own chances of playing regularly. One big reason for this is Moises Caicedo. Caicedo has signed a new long-term contract with Chelsea, which means he is now firmly established as one of the most important players in the middle of the park. With Caicedo locked in as a key man for years to come, the path to regular first-team football for Santos looked more and more difficult. Rather than risk another season sitting on the bench or coming on for a few minutes here and there, Santos decided it was time for a fresh start somewhere else. Can you blame him? Every young player wants to play regular football, and sometimes that means making a tough decision to leave the club that gave you your chance. A look back at Santos's Chelsea journey. Santos's time at Chelsea has been anything but simple. He first agreed to join the club back in January 2023. But instead of moving to London straight away, he actually went back to his old club, Vasco da Gama, on loan until the end of the 2023 to 2024 season. After that loan finished, Chelsea sent him out again, this time to Nottingham Forest for the 2024 to 2025 season. However, that spell did not work out as planned. Santos struggled to get enough game time at the City Ground, and Chelsea made the decision to bring him back to the club early, recalling him in January 2024. Even after all that back and forth, Santos still missed out on selection for Brazil's World Cup squad this summer, which must have been a tough blow for the young midfielder. Despite that disappointment, he remains a highly rated talent in the eyes of many. One of the best spells of his career actually came on loan at Strasbourg, where he played under manager Liam Roseneur. During that loan, Santos proved he could handle the pressure and pace of European football. Many fans hoped he would use that form to finally break into the Chelsea first team last season. Unfortunately, he struggled to find consistency, partly because he played under 3 different head coaches in that time. That kind of constant change makes it very hard for any player to settle into a rhythm. What does this mean for Xabi Alonso? This transfer tells us a lot about how Xabi Alonso is planning to build his squad. It looks like the new manager is already making tough calls about who stays and who goes, even before he has officially started full training with the team. Letting Santos leave suggests that Alonso already has a clear picture of his midfield options. With Caicedo locked in as a long-term starter, it seems the new manager wants players in his squad who are fully settled and ready to compete for regular minutes. not players who might feel stuck on the sidelines. This is part of a bigger clear-out happening at the club this summer. Are you ready for this next part? Santos is actually the third confirmed departure of the transfer window so far. Before him, Marc Cucurella completed a move to Real Madrid worth around £52 million. Not long after that, Tyreek George also left the club, joining Everton in a £24 million deal. Add those numbers up, Cucurella at £52 million, George at £24 million, Santos now worth up to £50 million. Once the Santos deal is fully completed, Chelsea will have generated around £126 million in transfer income this summer alone. That is a serious amount of money. And it raises another big question. What will Chelsea do with all these funds? A nice profit for Chelsea too. Let us not forget, this deal is also very good business for Chelsea from a financial point of view. The club originally signed Santos from Vasco da Gama back in 2023 for around £18 million. Selling him now for up to £50 million means Chelsea have made a very healthy profit on the player. Once it became clear that Santos was unhappy about his chances of regular first-team football under the new manager, Chelsea moved quickly to sort out his exit. This shows good management from the club. Rather than holding on to an unhappy player, they have turned the situation into a smart financial deal that benefits everyone involved. What comes next? For Chelsea. With £126 million now generated through sales this summer, all eyes turn to how Xabi Alonso plans to reinvest this money. Every clear-out usually leads to new arrivals, and Chelsea fans will now be excited to see who comes through the door next. Alonso is clearly building a squad in his own image. That means moving on players who do not fit his plans, while bringing in new faces who match the style and system he wants to play. The exits of Cucurella, George, and now Santos all point toward a summer of big change at Stamford Bridge. Isn't it exciting to think about what could come next? With this much money now in the transfer budget, Chelsea could be set for some big new signings before the season begins. Who do you think Alonso should target with these funds? A new midfielder to support Caicedo? Extra depth in attack? Or maybe reinforcements in defense following Cucurella's exit? The possibilities are wide open. Why this transfer matters. You might wonder why one midfielder leaving the club is such a big deal. But this transfer actually tells us a lot about the direction Chelsea are heading in under their new manager. First, it shows that Alonso is not afraid to make big decisions early, even letting a promising young player leave if it does not fit the bigger picture. Second, it shows Chelsea are thinking smart with their finances, turning a player who is unhappy into a proper profit while still protecting future value with that sell-on clause. Third, it adds fuel to an already busy summer of rebuilding, with Chelsea now holding a huge transfer war chest to strengthen the squad further. For Santos himself, this move could be exactly what he needs. A fresh start at a massive club like Manchester United, with the promise of regular football and a clear role in the team. Sometimes a change of scenery is exactly what a talented young player needs to reach the next level in his career. Final thoughts, so there you have it. Andrey Santos looks set to complete a move to Manchester United worth up to £50 million. The move comes after growing concerns from the player about his chances of regular football, especially with Moises Caicedo now firmly established after signing a new long-term deal. Chelsea have handled this deal smartly, securing a strong fee, protecting future value with a 10% sell-on clause, and adding to what is already a very busy and profitable summer transfer window. With Cucurella, George, and now Santos all leaving the club, Chelsea have brought in around £126 million so far, money that could soon be used to bring in fresh talent for Xabi Alonso's new-look Chelsea side. What do you think about this transfer? Are you sad to see Santos go? Or do you think this is the right decision for both player and club? Do you think Chelsea should now spend big to bring in a new midfielder or invest in other areas of the squad? Let us know your thoughts because we always love hearing from true Chelsea fans like you. Thank you for reading this update from Chelsea FC Daily. We will keep following every twist and turn of this busy transfer window, bringing you every deal, every departure, and every new arrival as it happens. Make sure you stay close to this channel because we will always bring you the truth, explained in the simplest way possible before anyone else does. Until next time, stay blue, stay loyal, and we will see you again very soon with more Chelsea news you can trust.